each team will do some activities. Activities, for example, they may be reading reference books in their field and and organize some presentations and do workshops. They can also do workshops, and they can do their proper computer science dictionary. So how do we create research teams? So the first step is to in three simple steps. So the first step will be just post your suggestion in a Facebook group. Next, you will meet the interested people, and next you will choose leader for this team. So if we summarize the process, will be knowing each other in these two conferences. Next, we will create research teams, and after we will start working. So I will give you here some information about the first step. So there is two conferences. This is the first conference, and the next one will be on Tuesday. So French and English presentations are accepted, and the purpose of this conference is to present our research subject. So here it's the end of the first part, presenting the club, and now I will present to you my subject. So I'm working on quality of service in Vanet. So I will give you a review about Vanet. Then I will talk about what's the difference between Vanet and Manet. Then I will talk about quality of service, and we'll give you some information what I am working now. So what are the Vanet? The Vanet stand for vehicular ad hoc networks. Are networks composed of vehicles equipped with sensors. So these sensors ensure the communication between them, and with some sensors in the road side. So it's a special type of Manet designed to provide communication between nearby vehicles and between the cars and the roadside equipment. So what's the difference between Vanets and Manets? So the Vanets are the mobility is restricted. They just follow routes and highways, and the topology is very changeable, and because the speed of the cars. The advantages of Vanets the different strategies they don't take into account power and storage limitations, and also they suppose that all nodes can know their position via GPS. So what are the applications of Vanet? There is two main categories: safety systems and comfort applications. The first one, it's the more critical safety systems. So it's to avoid collisions between vehicles and intelligent disseminate route information and to coordinate among them at critical point. The comfortable application can contain weather information, gas station, restaurant locations, enforcement applications, and internet access and content delivery. So now I have talked about the Vanet. So what's the quality of service? The quality of service is what's the strategies we can implement to guarantee certain level of service for critical messages. So we are now working on the first category. Many techniques are proposed for this. There's some of them differentiation systems trying to give some priorities to critical messages, and less priority for the other type of messages. So the other type is congestion control, and where am I now working? So in congestion control, they're trying to control the congestion to let the critical messages to let the critical messages pass in the network. So there is many techniques are proposed. There is power control techniques and there is rate control techniques. Power control techniques are techniques they tried, because if each vehicle have certain power of transmission. So if it's big and the network is congested, so it will be there many collisions, and this may affect the delay of the messages. The next type is rate control. Rate control is to control the rate of the periodic messages. For example, the beacons or hello messages. And now I'm working on power control techniques. So in any power control technique, there is two steps. So we have to detect the congestion, and after we have to react. So the congestion detection is the problem is how we can detect the congestion. And when we detect the congestion, we have to behave. We have to reduce the power according to the estimation of the congestion. So here I have finished my presentation. Just I'm working on NS2. I'm interested in building a new protocol from scratch in NS2. And interested in learning Omnet++. If you are interested in this point, just contact me to cooperate. So this brings me to the end of my presentation. So if you have any question, feel free to ask.
Is there any practical use of this Vanet? So particular applications. So for the Vanet. If you can state a particular example of use. Yes.
Many applications, there is safety applications.
But we would like to have a specific one.
For example,
in a given country, for example, they have used for something particular.
Yes, the Vanets are used in ETS, Intelligent Transportation Systems. So there is many applications for Vanets. And where there is just one application I have worked on my master project. So it was the dissemination of emergency message in this network.
Okay.
So how we can the problem is how we can disseminate a message to all the interested vehicles in ensuring 3 points. We have to consume the minimum of bandwidth, and we have to inform them in a very short time, and to inform all the interested vehicles.
Okay. Is there any country that have used these kind of networks, and what are the chances that in our country we will use it? Is there any?
I think it's not. It will be not in the near future, but in the next perhaps 10 years, or it will be easy to implement it.
Okay. Any country? Can you give us any country that is actually using it?
Today they work just on some test beds.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay, so it's actually in the testing.
Yes, in testing.
Okay, thank you.
So now I